So, like most people, I forgot there was a pay-per-view tonight. So, yeah, Extreme Rules 2015. I'm going to be quite honest, I've kind of fallen off of wrestling since WrestleMania ended. And as I said, WrestleMania was an alright show. It's just that, I don't know, I'm just not really into current storylines now. I'll try my best for this. So, right off the bat, I gotta say, like, as always, I'm going over the results again through WrestleZone because 3-hour show, it's hard to remember everything that happened. Can I just say this? Why the fuck are you putting betting odds? Are there people out there that actually bet on wrestling? Like, seriously, do you honestly bet on wrestling? You're a moron if you do. Like, it's like, oh, it's 10-1 to Seth Rollins, and like, you're betting on something that's predetermined. Let's see here. So, first thing was the pre-show. I guess Daniel Bryan is too injured to compete. They're keeping him off because I guess he got injured on the European tour. Just going back down here for my drink. I'm going to sit that there, actually. So, it's supposed to be Bad News Barrett versus Daniel Bryan, IC title. Because Bad News never technically lost the belt because it was a ladder match. So, they got relegated now to the pre-show, which I have a feeling one of the other matches was supposed to be on the pre-show, but... So, he got Neville to get in there, Adrian Neville. Which, that's the one thing that's killing me when not watching the current product is his rise to the main roster. And just wowing everyone like he has for the last few years in NXT. Neville went over, obviously, with the Red Arrow. And I couldn't get my stream working for the pay-per-view, so I missed the pre-show, which was free on a number of different outlets. But from what I heard, it was pretty good. I'm going to go back and watch it later. So we open up Extreme Rules with Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. And I guess the story of this is it's stemming off of when Luke Harper powerbombed Dean Ambrose into that wooden ladder at WrestleMania. So they're like, oh, we're going to continue our feud. The feud of the crazies. Here's the funny thing. It technically didn't end. They got into a SUV and drove off, and that was the first half of the match. Because the other half, they were like, oh, we're going to fight all over Chicago. Which there was no cameraman, so you never know what they could have done. They just drove around the corner. On the side, it's like result ongoing. Next up, the real first match, the Kiss Me Arse match. Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus. Melanie's off camera trying not to laugh. Are you laughing at the premise of Kiss Me Arse? Yeah. That's what it's called. Not Kiss My Ass. It's Kiss Me Arse.
Jeez, have they been in Newfoundland too long?
No, it's Irish.
Say a lot.
It's Sheamus.
Yeah.
First off,
he'll do well there.
First off, the fuck, JoJo? Really? I mean, I know Williams injured and she's recovering from surgery, but you couldn't get Tony Chimmel to announce the other half of the show? Or let Eden Rhodes, or Styles, whatever you're calling her. Because it's Styles, no, can't get him on camera that she's married to Cody Rhodes, Stardust. By the way, who the fuck is Stardust? They really killed that whole angle. They killed the deader that's like, oh, we're supposed to have to blow off at Mania, and then we're like, oh, you're going to be in 2 different matches, and then we'll never speak of it again. Because no one on the creative team knows anything. Tell you this, I was actually thinking of doing a Tough Enough audition tape, but saying, hi, my name's Jonathan Chase. I am not tough enough for WWE as far as a on-screen performer, manager, wrestler, whatnot. But I am is smart enough to write your show. I want you to fire your entire creative team and work for me. Or let me work for you. See how far that was going to go. Not much. Let's see here. So, it actually ended up being a pretty entertaining match. Here's the thing. I don't hate Sheamus. I don't. Like, I like that he tried to reinvent himself, and the whole thing was like, oh, for 4 months you didn't know I was gone. Sure, it's how it reminded us the last month. every single second promo, Sheamus is coming back, Sheamus is coming back. And he came back with the mohawk and the thing. So I guess this thing too now is like, he's, instead of saying fella, he's yelling out, are you not entertained? I was like, why are you trying to remind us of Russell Crowe and Gladiator? But yeah, it was let's see here. Yeah, Ziggler catches him in a roll up and wins. So Sheamus has to kiss Dolph Ziggler's arse. And it was like 5 or 10 minutes of him just like going to do it. And it's like, nah, I can't do it. Like really, really good old school shit. I really enjoyed that. Then he just fucking low blows him. He's just like, oh, you think I was going to kiss your arse? You're going to kiss me arse. And he pulls up a tight and sticks Dolph's face up his ass and then walks off. It was like funny. Like he kept trying to leave, but the ref's like, no, 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 you have to do it. You have to do it. Here's where stupid, smart logic comes in. I would have just been like, why? Because like everyone's just like, oh, he has to do it. Can you explain repercussions of him not doing it? How about like, Sheamus has to kiss his arse. What do you mean, Michael? He doesn't have to kiss his arse? Well, he has to kiss his arse. If he doesn't, he'll be fined $10,000. And he won't get paid for this pay-per-view. They're cheap shot. He shouldn't have to, kiss another man's arse just to get some money. I just believe it's just like, oh, he lost the match, so he has to kiss his arse. You don't have to do shit. And this is the way to get his heat back. He low blows him. He's just like, fuck you. I'm not kissing your arse. You're kissing my arse. And then he walks off and he's just like, are you not entertained? I'm like, actually, I was pretty entertained by that. So this is how, like, me writing, I would feed to the announcer, say, Sheamus has to kiss his arse or he's not getting paid tonight. He'll be suspended. Like, the only time lately I've seen consequences of wrestlers' actions is Stephanie suspending Brock Lesnar for F5ing Michael Cole and that cameraman like 4 or 5 fucking times. That's the only time I've seen repercussions. Because, like, this is a new day and age. You have to explain a little bit of repercussions. Because it's just like, oh, he lost the match, so he has to do this. It's like, technically he doesn't. There's really nothing stopping him from doing it. What was next? Oh, jeez. This makes me sad. Tag Team Championship. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro with Natalya versus The New Day with Xavier Woods. I will give Xavier Woods credit for one thing. He starts to try to chant and the crowd chants, New Day sucks. New Day sucks. And then he'll just like stop it and he's just like, why are you doing this? We're winning. We didn't do anything wrong. I kind of like that. Very, very, very fast-paced match in this. Very, very entertaining. Everyone pulling off all the stuff. I'm just sad that they took the titles off them so quickly. This New Day wins after a big smosh. I can understand why. Clearly, New Day is in that tweener. Like, we're trying hard to be baby faces, but you're going to boo us as heels anyway. So we'll kind of draw the line until we turn full heel. And then we'll give you the team that you wanted in the first place, which is Nation 2.0. And I understand why they're taking the belts off Cesaro and Kidd because they're getting over with the crowd. They're entertaining heels that get cheered as faces because they can wrestle. And then we still get Natalya feuding with everyone else but the Divas. Midgets, black managers, what have you. That's Natalya right now. Okay, so backstage segment. The New Day gets interviewed about their title win. As they're in the interview process, the car returns, and Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose are still fighting. Their street fight's still going on, and I'm glad that they kept emphasizing what a street fight actually is. It's not an Extreme Rules match. It's not Falls Count Anywhere. Street fight clearly states. Although it doesn't really make much sense, but this has been the clear rules now for the last God knows how many years they've been doing street fights. It's no GQ, no count out, but you gotta pin and submit your guy in the ring. Which, to me, kind of not doesn't make real that much sense, because street fight, you want to fight in the street, and you want to be able to pin and submit anywhere. I actually, we don't do them as much anymore in IHW, but I'm pretty sure in IHW when we called it a street fight, falls counted anywhere. I think it was like no DQ matches, you had to pin in the ring. So Dean Ambrose ends up winning. They end up doing like these like old indie hardcore stuff where you pile a bunch of chairs in the ring and you do suplexes and power bombs onto them. You know, been done baton. So they said Shades of Piper Goldust. And it was pretty cool to see it breaking a match. That was actually kind of cool because they're like, they leave the arena and it's like, well, the match is technically still going on. There's no DQ and no countout. Oh, this was a bore to sit through. U.S. Championship match. Russian chain match. Rusev, John Cena, title on the line. So, when they said it was a chain match, I was just like, so chain's just going to be a weapon? But I guess they're going to be tethered by their wrists. Would have been cool if they were tethered to the neck. Because that's what you really want to do in a chain match. So the point is like 4 corners. You got to touch all 4 corners in succession. But apparently, I don't know if this is a new rule or this has been a rule, because you don't have a whole lot of 4-corner matches where you have to touch the turnbuckle to get a point or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's my understanding is that the ref doesn't wave it off. It's just like, I've got the 4 corners, I can't reach the 4th one, but I can still hit it any time, just as long as someone else doesn't hit them. Like, it resets. You know what I mean? Tell me if I'm wrong. It was really funny, though, is that at the beginning, when they started touching corners, the guy who was operating the lights forgot who was who, so they lit both of them up. It's like, oh, this is John Cena's in the green, and well, why is the red on? Oh, I think Rusev touched that one. No, John Cena's on that, and it's just like, oh my god. Obviously, Cena wins this one, lol. I mean, Cena ain't losing this one. Halfway to the point, though, is that the crowd started chanting, we want Lana, we want Lana. So she gets up on the apron and starts doing, like, the queen wave. Like, hello, I acknowledge your cheers. And then Rusev shouts in his Russian, like, whatever. Sends her to the back. Again, John Cena wins by touching all the posts. Oh, God. This, like, I've said it before, like, Rusev is done. He's completely done. Like, he had a little bit of shine with the chain, you know, choking out Ryback and Cena with it, but I'm sorry, he's done. He's especially done when we get to what's coming up later. Divas match. Nikki Bella versus Naomi, which was technically supposed to be Nikki Bella versus Paige. Because in England, she won a battle royal to become #1 contender. And then she got on the mic, she's like, this is my house. And Naomi came in and turned heel. So, but then she immediately turned face, at least in the eyes of a lot of fans, when she did the backstage interview and said, it's like, I let my actions get the best of me, but I kind of had a good reason. I've pinned Nikki Bella twice. Once in a tag match, once in a singles match. I deserve to be #1 contender. Why we gotta have a battle royal to determine that? I mean, do wins and losses don't matter? She said the one thing that has completely contradicted pro wrestling for the last 80 years. Win-losses mean something. Remember how many times a heel has just been handed a #1 contendership even though they've lost like 1,000,000 times? Win-loss records don't mean shit. I would love to see if any company, any wrestling company, could survive by saying win-loss records totally matter. You've got 8 straight victories, you're now the #1 contender. Oh, you've lost a little bit? Yeah, you're gonna have to win a whole lot of matches to get back up in the rankings. Have like a ranking system. They do this thing on the website where they think it's real and they have like this Power 25 thing, and it's like, oh, she goes up 2 notches. It's like, well, what does that mean? She went up 2 notches. Okay, does that mean she's Diva's number one contender? No. Who's the number one contender? Oh, this girl that just came from NXT. Right. This wasn't a bad match. Then again, I keep comparing this to NXT. This is so not NXT. It's not even on their level. I mean, we got to get Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Bayley and Becky Lynch in there. Which, fortunately, I've been out of touch on NXT. Apparently, Becky Lynch is the new number one contender, going up against her his former BFF. We'll have to wait and see. And I guess Emma went back to turn heel to try and get Bayley to turn heel. See, now here's the problem I had in this match. So, okay, Nikki wins because Brie interferes. There was a little bit of face heat with the Bellas. And I'm like, why? Because Naomi beat up Paige, who's the number one face. So it's like, oh, we have to be face by default. No, there were two heels fighting. Apparently, someone in the creative, or someone that they say back in creative says, there really is no face or heels in the Divas divisions. And Spoonie says it best. Bitches be crazy, and I don't know what's going on anymore. And his girlfriend April has said it also best. She can't watch the WWE Divas because there are no heroes. Everyone's just psycho crazy or a giant bitch. That's the Divas characters. They either throw temper tantrums and like pour beer on themselves. They betray each other. They backstab each other. There's no like, hey, I'm the good guy. This is, and you should cheer for me. Or I'm the bad girl. You should boo me because you can. That could be one person's character. It's like, I'm a total bitch. This is why you should boo me. Or you need some people in there that are just like, hey, I'm the happy-go-lucky girl, and that's why people love me. That's why they should call it Bayley. Because she doesn't seem like she's going to be the person that will turn heel right away. She can just be full-on babyface. She's got the wacky waving inflatable tube man. She comes out to the happy music. She's hugging all the little girls. She's giving them the armbands. There. That's the perfect face for your Divas division. And that's your perfect role model for little girls. Or even Charlotte. Because it's like, I'm strong. I'm athletic. And I will kick your ass. And not just bitches be crazy and I don't know what's going on anymore. The most positive thing was that Naomi's boots lit up. Every time she stomped, they would change color. That was neat. Okay, so Rusev flips out in Russian, points at Lana. Lana walks up and goes to the Authority. And everyone in the crowd goes, By the way, this is coming from Chicago, and I don't think I heard one single CM Punk chant. You get a golf clap, Chicago. Well done. Well done. Of course, then again, AJ Lee's not there for you to chant CM Punk at. Even though it's funny, CM Punk was in Chicago, because I think there was a C2E2 convention.
Mm-hmm. He was there.
Yeah, CM Punk was there.
I saw him on...
Yeah, there's been some posts with Frank the Clown and Noel Foley.
A couple of other people.
Yeah, and fucking Twitch streamer that we follow, Ezekiel the Third, Zeke, fucking jealous, interviewing goddamn Road Warrior Animal and wearing the goddamn Legion of Doom shoulder pads. He missed out on fucking other wrestlers too. It was like, why couldn't you sit there when Tommy Dreamer and Matt Hardy were there? That would have been a fun interview. Holy fuck. Last man standing. Roman Reigns and Big Show. I'd say I've never really been a fan of last man standing matches. Especially in this PG era where there's no blood. It's like normal shit that would normally knock them out doesn't knock them out. They just like, it's like, oh, Superman punch. What? Wait till they're at 9 before they stagger back up. I will say though, I do like Big Show's spots in here whenever Roman tries to go for a table. Big Show just breaks it on his own, like he'll step on it or slam it. He's like, I don't need a table, I'm a giant. People chanting, please retire to him. Let's see here. Yeah, just a bunch of table spots, and I'm sorry, guys. That spear through the barricade spot has been overdone. You gotta stop. It's no longer special. It was fine when like 3-minute warning and Goldberg would use it. I think Goldberg was the first one to do that spot, at least in WWE. And the thing too is that in this PG era, goofy, stupid shit always gets the win. John Cena duct taping Batista's legs to the ring post so he can't stand up for the count of 10. Burying someone underneath, literally burying someone, putting someone underneath crates to force them not to be able to get up because they're like blocked. This time it was the announce table, that goddamn 500-pound announce table that nobody can move except for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Even after the match, it's just like, oh, look at this carnage. We can't do nothing. It's like, bitch, like fucking like 10 people moved it off the Big Show after the match. By the way, Roman Reigns wins. Oh god, this one, oh, it took a while to get through. So we get a not backstage, but we get a promo advertising that June 23rd will be the beginning of Tough Enough on USA, and they played a bunch of the applicants' audition tapes. Where is Eric Doucette? Where's my boy Marcus Burke? Vegan! What, doing the vegan face? That's for you, Eric. Oh god, my neck hurts. I don't know how you do that. But yeah, hashtag vegan is tough enough. That's my buddy. That's the guy I'm supporting. I'm always going for the guys that I've worked with, because the last one that I worked with that I supported made it to the goddamn runner-up and lost the fucking Silent Rage. Then what happens to Silent Rage? Gets a wellness violation, gets let go. What's Luke Robinson doing now? Wrestles the odd match. He's running a really successful fitness program in Maine. Wolfgang Fitness. Well, Wolfpack Fitness, sorry. I messed that up. There's a quick segment where Bo Dallas, Chicago sucks, believe. Ryback comes in, destroys him. Okay. Let's get to put this away. So throughout the night too, there's some backstage promos with Kane, and everyone's telling him it's just like, you need, be on Team Authority, be the gatekeeper, make sure nobody comes in there. I just realized they named him the Gatekeeper. Imagine J&J Security walking up to the steel cage. Oh! Who's there? Answer me, maggot! I send you to the black hole. Go play Nightmare. And then Randy Orton's just like, oh, they're just going to chew you up and spit you out when they're done, just trying to play the whole dissension thing. I honestly think that's going to be the storyline of the Authority leading up into this year's WrestleMania, is that they're slowly going to get picked off one by one. Like, people are going to start turning and then leaving. Maybe they'll get 1 or 2 new members here and there, but I think the majority of them are just going to leave until it's like Triple H and Stephanie. Possibly versus The Rock and Ronda Rousey. That's the only way we're getting Ronda Rousey in the ring. Because, listen, people are like, oh, we want a singles match between Stephanie and Ronda. I'm like, no. If that's the case, it has to be the shortest match ever. It's like, Stephanie comes out, she thinks she's all confident. Rousey comes out, ready to fucking kill someone. Bell rings. She goes in, she's like, I think you are. Ronda just whips out an armbar and gets her tap out in 14 seconds. That's how that ends. I mean, it would be more credible if Ronda lost a match or 2 in the UFC, or if she went longer than 13 seconds. It's not, because it kills her credibility if they put her in a pro wrestling match where she's flopping around and selling to Stephanie McMahon. Main event. Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, WWE World Title, where the RKO is banned. And it's in a steel cage. So it should automatically be null and void because steel cage matches are no DQ. So yeah, it was a typical PG steel cage. Just get slammed into the cage a few times and take some bumps. Comes a point where J&J security actually come in and start bumping and trying to get in. It's just like, good job on that. Oh, steel cage will keep the authority out. And it's like, they're still trying to climb into the ring. That's not stopping them. You know what would have kept them out? Hell in a Cell. But you can't do that until September because that's the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. God forbid we have a Hell in a Cell match other than September. So, yeah, it's, and then Kane finally starts losing it when he gets kicked in the face of the door. Then he starts choke slamming everybody. So it's like, oh, where's his allegiance line? Is this a turn? Not really, because even though he choke slams Seth, he still puts his arm over him. So the goddamn ending to this match is that after all the schmoz, Orton kicks out of being choke slammed. Comes in and gives him the tombstone. Orton comes in and hits the RKO. Which they're saying, oh, it was on Kane, so it doesn't count. If it was on Seth, then that's the end of the match. And then Seth hits an RKO. And then rolls out of the ring for the win. And the announcers start freaking out. And it actually made me laugh a little bit. Because it sounded like if I was talking to someone about more logistics in wrestling, they were calling out the plot hole. They're like, wait, Rollins used the RKO. It's like, well, it was only banned for Orton. That's not what he said. He said the RKO is banned. And they're like, well, no, it's only banned for Orton. It's like, but he used it as an RKO. No, it's not. It's like, well, regardless, they rang the bell and Seth is the champion. Like, we can argue this until the cows come home. Yes, we can. It's like, bottom lets the future's now, and Seth Rollins is still champion. It would be kind of funny if if Seth came out and he's just like, ha ha, I'm still champion. And Orton comes out and he's just like, you used an RKO. That means you lost. And I won. And then they're like, oh, title can't change on disqualification unless it's TNA. And then it's like, oh, it's time for a rematch, and this is Payback, so we're going to have the match at Payback. Oh yeah, and I missed out on the other backstage thing, where Renee Young is interviewing Rusev, and he starts spouting off Russian like nobody understands, and then comes Lana, and she goes, "E.T.'s done." Like, what is done? He's like, you have U.S. Championship match at Payback. And he's just like, yes, I finally destroyed John Cena. And she's like, but it will be I Quit match. And he doesn't go like, fuck. He's just like, yes, America is full of quitters. I never make John Cena quit. And I was like, bitch, have you not seen a John Cena I Quit match? Motherfucker does not say I quit. Alex Riley and The Miz couldn't even trick the referee into thinking he said I quit. It's not going to happen. John Cena is going to roll over you again, and you are done. Rusev is done at Payback. I thought he'd be done at WrestleMania, but then we got to have 2 more matches with John Cena. Oh, fuck. I hope you love that push. It's gone. And Lana's going to be gone soon as well. Oh yeah, there's a commercial for the Marine 4. I guess that's coming out on DVD soon. With Miz and Summer Rae. Oh yeah, Summer Rae was like half face and then turned heel to screw over Mizdow. So now he can't be Mizdow anymore. He has to go back to Sandow. Whatever. Maybe he'll still get cheered. I don't know. Miz has got the gimmick, but he's fucked off to film another movie with Paige. That's why Paige isn't out. I'd love to see a wrestler who's going to go away for a while to go film a movie and just pick up the mic and be like, yeah, I'm not going to be around for a month. I'm going to shoot WWE films. Yeah, I don't want to do an injury angle. I don't want to get curb stomped into some cinder blocks. So, bye. See you in a month. And then leave. That's like Orton's excuse for why he got a 2-month wellness violation. Everyone's just like, Orton, where have you been? I was on vacation. And then walk off. It's like, I was getting high. I was on vacation. This would just be like, hey everyone, I'm back from filming a movie. Time to wrestle again. We just have that. Like, I would love that. Like, if someone would just be like, yeah, they're gonna do this thing to write me off, but I don't want to do it, so I'm gonna go shoot the Marine 5. Bye, and then just leave. It's like something like Punk or Cabana would do. Imagine Cabana's just like, hey guys, go Cabana. Not gonna be around for a while because I'm gonna go shoot a movie. See ya. Just leave. I just have this whole like, oh, Paige is injured. I have to do the Owen Hart voice. Tragedy befell the WWE when Paige suffered a severed vertebrae, and she'll be out for an undetermined amount of time. About the time that it takes to film a movie. And then 1 month later, oh my God, Paige is back! You just stop twisting stuff around. Just kind of be honest. Like, if you're more honest with people, I think, I don't know. This is at the point of the review where I'm done reviewing the pay-per-view and I'm just rambling now, so. Final thoughts on Extreme Rules. Nah. These are men pay-per-views. What do you want? This is another free review for new subscribers. I think they're doing this thing where, like, every month is a free month for new subscribers, and everyone else you're still paying your $9.99 or your $11.99 in Canada if you're with Rogers or Cogeco or Videotron, or I think it's with Bell now. I don't know, and I don't care because we don't have the app. You need cable to get it, even if you want to watch it on your internet. That means you have to be paying a minimum of like $130. Fuck. Even more now with Ignite programs if you're with Rogers, so you get the unlimited usage. Alright, I'm just going off on a tangent here. Payback's in like 4 weeks. Like, they're not giving them enough time to build storylines. Because they did like the TNA model. I don't know, TNA's model is like they reduce their pay-per-views because they're poor as fuck. But after losing $300 million, you'd think you'd reduce your pay-per-views as well. The one cool thing I saw that's coming up on the network, though, is that Jericho's going to talk with Steph. It's going to be a shoot. I'd love to see that, because, like, you know, the only time you've had interaction with them, it's just been like, you know, it's like, oh, you dirty venereal disease trash bag hoe, or when it was WrestleMania 18, he's like, remember I called you trash bag hoe? I didn't really mean that, I was just kidding. I would love to see them actually sit down and just like kind of like shoot the shit, and we're just like, oh, remember that time I stuck a pie in your face because Planet of the Apes was the big movie out? Yeah, that was cool. It's just like, yeah, remember when we ran over Triple H's dog? Yeah, that was our whole story for WrestleMania. Yeah. But the other thing I would like is fucking King of the Ring. Even if it's on the network, we're getting King of the Ring back. And I'm hoping it's like a tournament, and like the finals isn't like, you know, the 3 matches. Like, let's have a goddamn tournament. Like a 16-man tournament that spreads out over 2 weeks. Remember, that was the good old days. It's like you'd have qualifying matches on Superstars and on Raw and on Wrestling Challenge. Then you had the big blow-off of the pay-per-view. You had 8 matches. Single elimination. And then Hogan fucked off because someone threw a fireball on his face and Yoko won the belt again. Then he's just like, I'm gonna make fun Thunder of Paradise, brother. And then everybody else like, we'll pay you X amount of millions of dollars to work half the time that you worked in WWE. Sweet, brother, let's do it. What you gonna do when Pastamania runs wild on you, dude? It's like, hey, Eric, can I hire Macho Man? It's like, yeah, sure. Like, oh yeah, I get to work millions and millions of dollars for 180 days. Yeah. Now I'm really rambling. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. I got an interview tomorrow. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you for Payback.